Plaintiff Shantae Carter says her mother, the defendant, was never there for her and even put her in a group home when she was younger. Shantae now has a teenage daughter, and she claims her mother and her cousin filed false claims of child abuse against her with Child Protective Services, all of which were unfounded. So she's suing for defamation. Defendants Talani and Paula Carter insist every claim they've ever made against Shantae was done so in the best interest of Paula's granddaughter. Paula says her granddaughter called her saying her mother was not feeding her, and Paula witnessed Shantae physically abusing her. And that's why Talani called Child Services.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, as a child, I was abused by a close family member. My mom didn't believe me, and she sent me to a children's home.
What age were you?
It was between the age of 11 and 12.
And just because you made an allegation, she said, I'm going to send you to a children's home?
Yes, basically, that's part of the big reason why.
Part of the reason. What's the other reason?
I mean, I was a normal teenager coming up. I did things that teenagers did.
Like what?
You know what I'm saying? I hung out in the streets. She may say it was with the bad crowd. I don't think it was the bad crowd.
Okay, what did your crowd do?
They probably smoke weed.
At 11?
No, I wasn't doing that at the age of 11.
How old were they?
They were around my age.
All right, that's why I said 11. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were with a bad crowd, and that's not normal for teenagers. Go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor. She never tried to get me back. My grandmother got me at the age of 15.
Okay.
Now that I have a teenage daughter, they basically trying to tell me how to raise my daughter when she couldn't even raise me.
They as in?
My mother and my cousin.
All right. Let me hear from your mom, and then if your cousin want to give me some background, ma'am.
First of all, Your Honor, I like to start by saying Shantae was an out-of-control teen. I did my best with her as a mother. At least I thought I did.
She wasn't out of control. She did the normal things that teenagers do at age 11, smoke weed. Or hung around people that smoke weed.
15
at
years
age 11.
old.
Go ahead.
She were on the streets at 4 or 5 in the morning.
I disagree
when
with that.
I sent her...
Hold on, you say you disagree?
Yes, I do.
Because you said a minute ago I was in the streets and stuff. What did you mean by that?
I hung out in the streets, but I wasn't in the streets till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning,
How
Your
long?
Honor. I was a straight-A student. I went to school every day. I got a scholarship when I was in the 5th grade.
Okay.
And that's something my mother knows.
Is that true, man?
No, sir.
A scholarship to where?
No, sir.
To college. I was in the 5th grade. I was attending Clay
You were in
Elementary.
the 5th grade and you
Yes,
got a
sir.
college scholarship?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Believe it or not, yes, I did.
No, I
Your
don't
Honor.
believe it.
Remember.
Yes, I did.
I don't believe it. You say believe it or not, and I'm telling you I don't. Go ahead.
Your Honor, like I said, she was an out-of-control teen. Mm-hmm. When she had my granddaughter, Misha, me and my mom, which she's deceased, she raised her, and I helped her. My mom had a bad...
How did you help? Where were you? Were you in the household?
No, sir. I was staying with the guy, but I was there when my mom needed me to assist her.
Not true. My grandmother and my grandfather is deceased right now. But that's who raised me. My mother was nowhere in the household. Like she said, she was with a guy.
Let's talk about the defamation that you're suing her for.
Okay, well, Your Honor, well, October of 2008, my mom crossed the line by filing false claims with Children's Service. What happened was my daughter got grounded because she snuck a guy in the house. I put her on a punishment. My mom came over and my daughter asked, could she go outside and speak with her grandmother? I told her, you can, but you cannot leave with her. So she said, okay. I walks to the door no later than 5 minutes. I see my mom's car gone. I proceed to call my mom on her cell phone. Twice. The first time she answered the phone, the second time she didn't. About an hour later, that's when she showed back up with my daughter. My daughter was sitting on the passenger side and I scolded her. So that's when my mom proceeded to get out the driver's side of her car door, walk over to the passenger side and choke me. My fiance, David Williams, he's a witness to that.
And your daughter is also?
Yes, she is, Your Honor. So after I scolded my daughter, choked me, I pushed my mom up off of her and told her, gone. Get away from me, just leave me alone. At that time, yes, we did proceed to have an altercation. I regret hitting my mom and fighting my mom. I asked God to forgive me for that. So anyway, Your Honor, after my mom attacked me, my fiance and my daughter, we all went in the house. 5 minutes later, my mom's at the door with the police officer. One officer talked to my daughter alone, and another officer spoke with me and my fiance. He asked me at that point in time, what did I like to do? I told him I would just like for him to remove my mom off of my property and get her away from me. When my mom left, she screamed out, "You'll be hearing from me. I'm going to call Children's Services on you."
Okay.
After that, 2 weeks later, Children's Services showed up at my door.
Let me stop you and allow your mom to respond to this. Ma'am?
My granddaughter called me. It's
That's a
because
lie.
she was not feeding her. This is the punishment
Your
that
granddaughter called you and said, "Grandma, I'm not being fed."
That's a lie.
Yes, Your Honor.
You
This-
went over there
yes,
with groceries?
I gets off from work and I called her. And during that time, we had that altercation. It wasn't not an hour. It was a liquor store around the corner where I took her to get her some snacks. And it was only like 2-3 minutes away from the house. It's right around the corner.
One
on
of you
Tweets.
grew up smoking weed at age 11. How old is your daughter?
She's 15, y'all.
Yeah, and you taking her to the liquor store.
It was snacks. It was snacks, Your Honor,
Oh,
that she
what
wanted.
type
It
of
was
snacks?
snacks. Like tater chips. Something that she didn't have any money because she was hungry.
Yeah, man, but if she called you and said, "My mama's not feeding me," you don't take your granddaughter and get her potato chips as a meal, ma'am. So something not sounding right already
Honor, if
about
that's
this.
something that
Go
my
ahead, you took her to
grandbaby
get
wanted.
potato chips, and then what happened?
Yes, and then I end up taking her to Rallies to buy her a hamburger.
Chips and rallies.
She did not even
Yes,
come home
yes.
with none of that.
And then when I gets back, when she called me on my cell phone and I picked up, her exact words, which she's so very disrespectful. "Mama, what in the are you doing taking my daughter out this house?" So I'm listening to her doing all this cursing and disrespect. I hung up the phone. She called back. My grandbaby got nervous and I let it ring. And she said, "Granny," she said, "that's my mama. Can I answer?" Mr. Mathis, I told her no.
Why?
Because I said, "You're only around the corner." I said, "You're not going. I'm taking you back home."
You wouldn't let the girl speak to her own mother?
It's because when she called Judge Mathis,
Who are you to decide whether a 15-year-old girl can talk to her own mother?
because she was
Let's
going back.
move on, ma'am. How did the altercation begin?
When I got back to the house, she was already beating her and abusing her then.
She was with you.
Yes, she was with me.
Well,
but
how was she
but
already beat,
but
ma'am?
prior-
Hold up, ma'am. How was she already beating her when you got back to the house if the child was with you? Explain that.
Right. Maybe she wasn't at that time, but before then, Your Honor, before then, yes.
Tell me what happened. Did you tell her you were calling Child Protective Services?
Yes, I did.
All right, and you did call?
No, I did. It was not me call. No, I did. I did not call. It's somebody called.
Oh, okay. Why did you call?
I called because this situation with her and Misha, which is my cousin, been going on for a while. When she took Misha, when she started going over there, when Misha was calling her, it was already things going on. She was calling, filling my aunt in. In April, she called me. I don't know what happened.
What did she say? Make
She
you
left
call
me a
Child
message.
Protective
She-
Services.
Okay. She left me a message. She was at a friend's house. She said, "My mama put me out. They got into a fight. She pulled a bat out on me."
She said her mother
Yes.
pulled a bat out
Yes,
on
she
her.
did.
Put out and bat, okay?
And this is not the first
And then
time
what?
she put her
Then
out.
what?
Well, I called that Saturday. Once I spoke with my aunt, I said something needs to be done. If this is the way she treat my
Okay.
cousin,
All right,
not
you
feed-
called and did they come and do an investigation?
Well, I wouldn't know that because
Okay, let me ask her. Do you know if they did an investigation? Obviously, you would.
Yes, they did.
Do you
sir.
have that investigation report? And what was their result?
On the investigation from April, what she's talking about, they stated that they were going to close the case and that I would be receiving paperwork.
you have the
and-
report?
No, I don't.
All right. And what other incident of Child Protective Services
The incident that I'm
investigation?
referring to, Your Honor, happened in October 8th.
There's two incidents. When was
One-
the other?
in April of 09.
Okay, April of 09 is the one we spoke about first?
The one we spoke about first was the one in October of
Okay,
08.
with the bat incident,
Yes. That's what
you
they
all left
claimed.
that out.
No, actually,
We
Your
talked
Honor,
about
heard it.
going to get chips. We
Right.
talked about going to rallies.
Actually,
we talked
Your
about
Honor.
you all fighting. We talked about everything but a baseball bat.
Actually, Your Honor, I can get off into that. After the incident in October
No, you
of
can't. Give me the reports. Do you want to say anything, sir?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
David Williams.
What do you want to tell me?
The incident in October with her mother, she just basically came around and just took Misha, you know, without her permission. And
she's admitting to that. Tell me something I haven't heard already.
My little nephew, Dominique, was with them. He's the one that called her and asked her to come get, because he told me, she said, you can call me anytime.
All right.
And she'll come and pick us up.
All right, I got it. Thank you. Ma'am, show me here where they indicate that their investigation proved that nothing happened. What you have to prove today, ma'am, in order to receive a defamation judgment is that she made a false report to a third party to damage your reputation. For example, she might have reported there's scars on her back. The protective services look at her back and there's no scars. Something like that, something specific. The daughter's not here, obviously.
Yes, she's there.
You want her to testify, anyone?
Yes.
All right, go and get her while you look for the specific items. There's 2 cases of protective services. Did you ever call?
Not once.
Not once? You called
And
twice?
I only called once. I left this last time. I left my information. It wasn't nothing, you know, I was trying
You
to do.
only called once, and that's regarding the baseball bat incident.
Yes, that's
All
the
right.
only time I felt I should have been involved, because I felt that it needed to be
Okay.
to someone's attention. If it was that serious with my, you know, with my little cousin.
Young lady, how you doing?
Fine.
State your name.
Misha Carter.
All right, and why don't you tell me about the general relationship you have with your mom?
Well, it was like we were struggling to get along, but now since I've been out the children's home, we have a family therapy, like we talked and explained our problems were. Now we starting to try to get along.
Why'd you have to go to the children's home?
Because I had disrespected my mother.
That sounds a little unusual that they put children in the children's home for one incident of disrespect.
Okay, right. When I disrespected her, I went to my best friend's house. And she get out of school at 11 o'clock. When she came down there, she did have a bet. But she took me to the juvenile, and they said that they couldn't do nothing with me unless she filed a charge, which she didn't. So they ended up giving her a number to the emergency shelter, which she took me the next morning, and they kept me for 7 days.
Okay, it's because you had to go to the shelter. Let me ask about one of the reports in October of 2008. Did your mother pull out a baseball bat on you?
That was in the 09, April of 09. But that's when she came to get me from my godmother
Right.
house.
Did she pull out a baseball
She
bat
had
on
it
you?
in her hand, but she didn't do nothing to me.
What did she say about having it in her
She's just
hand?
saying if you put your hands on me, then I'm gonna use it.
Talking to you?
Yes.
What made her think you would do that?
Because when she hit me before I
Previous
left,
incident.
when she hit me, she said that I swung back at her, but all I was doing was just blocking.
All right. Have you ever been without food?
It was an occasion where she just got real mad and I was cooking, but she said don't eat. But that's when my granny, she took me to rallies. But the incident about her taking me to the store, at the time, my mother and them had custody of my little cousin.
All right. So far, ma'am, everything your daughter says adds up to her having the probable cause to call because they suspected. If you had a bat in your hand, it might be something that needs to be looked into as it relates to physical abuse. Your daughter admits that everything they suspected that happened, they had a reason to suspect it. Case dismissed. Have a good day.
I don't want nothing else to do with my mother. I don't want nothing else to do with my cousin. I just want them to leave me alone because both of them know that this was a lie. I don't do anything that they claim that I do to my daughter. As you all can see, my daughter is very close. My daughter did not call her granny to tell her she was not eating. That was my fiance's nephew who we had custody of at the time.
Custody.
I just want to go home and get this over with. I do. This ain't the first or the second time you done called on me.
You resent me, and you need to get over it. It's all about
You just need to mind your own business.
See, that's the problem.
You need to stay out of mine.